yeah, nah, everybody, yeah, nah, day. I don't come. Oh, yeah, this is, it's rather late. I'm so sorry. This is some, thank you very much for joining if you're online. This is, more than quarter past 11 already. Almost 20 minutes past 11 p.m. Nigerian time. It's not deliberate and I'm so sorry. It's because, had a lot of things to do earlier today to get new system working. It's not easy when you get a new system and you have to do a lot of things to get it working for you. It's not cheap. It's not cheap, man, bro. It's not cheap. Not cheap, not only in terms of cost but also in terms of making sure that all the applications, all the software, everything you need on it to be working for you is not readily available. All the files you need are not readily set on it. Man. All right, but let's get started. I just want to bring updates as per all the young presidential aspirants, and today I'm not going to be talking about the ones that you are used to. I want to talk about the ones that you're used to, but not all of them. I just want to bring you updates about the ones that you have not been speaking about in the past few days. Which I don't want to say it's very unfair of me to have not been talking about these people, but it's just that I have no option than to, because we started late. I know all of you are already coming online to slam me. Yeah. Hi, Salami Abeke, my person Martins Abeke. Oh man, I love you all. I'm so sorry. It's not deliberate that I'm starting late again tonight. It's because I hope I explained. I hope all of you understood the explanation I gave earlier. About my system crashing, and I needed to go and quickly sort it, and bring a new system in. I tried fixing the whole system. It wasn't working, so I had to quickly, and I didn't have enough money to get a new one. So after selling my old one for cheap because it had fault already. So whoever was going to buy it was going to buy it in the condition that it was, and as a result, it was going to be so cheap. It's more like you're disposing it, just giving it away. So I had to format it, lose all the files I had on it and the software and all that. So I had to buy a new one. Buying a new one means looking for more money. All of you that sent in your donations, I got them. They weren't enough for me, right? But at least, well, I thought I ain't bad. I had to get loan from someone to quickly get this one. And but what kept me late actually tonight was is the idea of trying to get all the software I need, all the things I need, all the files I need to keep going. I have to start installing them on the new system. That's why tonight I came a bit late, and I'm so sorry. So tonight I want to just give you update on other presidential aspirants. I planned bringing Adamu Garba on tonight because he's one person I have another intriguing update on. Adamu Garba has rejected APC's nomination form as a result of the price. I think about 45 million naira, and he felt like, not because he could not afford it if he wanted to buy, but because he felt that if he did that, it would not be different from what he is trying to come to change. Because if he buys the form for 45 million naira, and then even without even yet including the cost of campaign and the rest of them, how does he want to convince people that he actually wants to serve if he's paying so much money just to buy a nomination form alone? So he felt like, no, this is not it for him. He wants to come and serve, and he doesn't see why he should be paying so much money just to serve people. And if he's buying a nomination form for that expensive cost, how then would he not also end up as a bourgeois or bourgeoisie, like some of you prefer to call it that, pronounce it that way, or elitist politician? So he doesn't want to do that, and as a result he decided he's not going to buy the form. And then aside from Adamu Garba's update, I also want to bring you updates from Fela Durotoye. I mean, I don't know if it is most recent, but I know it's one of the recent, most of his recent activities. And then I also bring updates from Moghalu. and we'll get to start interacting, all right, everybody. I know most of you have missed me, and I've been looking. I had some people calling me already and saying that they had been refreshing my page to know if I had come online. I'm so sorry, it's not deliberate that this is happening, but at any rate, I'm already online, and I want to say, okay, I look sleepy. It's okay to shorten the show so you can have some sleep. Okay, Rennie, I've been. Well, let's see how far we can go tonight. We'll do what we can, all right? So let me bring you update from my friend Adamu Garba, who believed that he was going to enter. While some people are believing in creating new structures by going into political parties that are not readily established like APC and PDP, they don't want to join APC or PDP. They decided to go and form new parties or join new ones for coalition, for young new people and fresh breath to come into government. My friend Adamu Garba decided he was not going to do that. He would enter the existing structure, disrupt it, and then use it. That is what he believed. And I asked him actually when I met him, say, are you sure you'll be able, the system, the existing structure will allow you to do that? He said, well, let him go and try that. Everyone cannot face the same direction. That he wanted to go and try and see if you could disrupt the system. I mean, if you could enter the existing structure, because the structure was already in place, rather than trying to form a new one, which would take a very long time to happen. That he wanted to go and see if you could take the new structure and as a result take over the structure and get a new one. I mean, take over the structure and use it to form the new idea that all of us are clamoring for. That was his own idea. However, well, Adamu Garba, the latest from him is that he doesn't anymore believe that it is going to happen, because well, I tried to reach out to him, but he's traveling tonight. I intended bringing him online tonight, but he's traveling, and then maybe by tomorrow I should be, maybe by when he settles tomorrow, I should be able to have him come online to speak to us. And Adamu Garba, the latest from him is that he has rejected APC's nomination price because he feels it's just way too expensive for somebody that is coming to serve. All right, so let's get going. I want to just read the release he sent. Some of you must have seen it if you are following him. The release he sent includes that he is, I mean, that is just the summary. He has rejected the 45 million naira nomination fee for presidency at the APC, and the following are the things he had to say about it. He said, let me read what he's saying. He says, fellow Nigerians, I write to notify you that I was unable to pick the nomination form for my party, the official APCNG. In good conscience, I cannot justify legitimizing such huge sum of money just to participate in the party primaries for the coming 2019 election. And then he went ahead to state his reasons. Said reasons number one, that I consider taking such a step to set a bad precedent for the future of young people contesting positions in political parties, especially the APC, many of which currently are disenfranchised, not for lack of competence, character, or capability, but on monetary ground. And then he went on to say number two reason would be that we deem it fit to go in solidarity with other young people who, due to over-monetization of political space in Nigeria, we are finding it hard to participate. We take this as a direct plan to sideline majority of Nigerians, particularly the youth, in the coming 2019 election. And then to the number three reason he cited, he says, in a country where 92% of the population is living below 60,000 naira a month and 87 million in extreme poverty, the people get to extreme poverty level per minute. We consider such amount to be insensitive to the feelings of most Nigerians, and currently we're going through the hard times. And then he went on to number four reason by saying, my conscience does not reconcile with the fact that we put such amounts in a country that needs consideration for the poor, encouragement for the youth to participate in politics, and progressive party that will bring about inclusive governance based on capacity, not money. And then he went on to state number 5 reason that we understand that the party needs to generate funds to carry on with its obligation, but parties generate funds from other sources like membership, etc., not from the candidate. Such practice will eventually encourage public servants to be corrupt once they are in office. And then the last reason he stated is number 6. He said we are still conducting a nationwide consultation from all stakeholders. We'll let our supporters know our next line of action in due course. However, we know that the journey to make Nigeria great is an unseasoned one. We will continue as we are through with consultation. And he ended it by saying, thank you so much for your continued support as we keep marching forward to progress. Well, that is those are the words from Adamu Garba, a young presidential aspirant who decided to go into the existing structure rather than creating a new one or join new ones to forge his own aspiration ahead. That is the latest from him. Well, that is as far as Adamu Garba. Let me move on to talking about other young aspirants who have not mentioned what they're doing in the past few days. And forgive me, I beg your pardon. It's not because I don't want to talk about them. It's because rather that there have been no activities from them in recent time for me to take up or discuss, and I had to just keep waiting until they have something to throw up. Well, the next one I want to discuss is Mr. Fela Durotoye. Fela Durotoye recently visited one of prominent reverends in the country, and then he uploaded a photo by saying that he felt good to be received by the prophet, by the reverend, by the cleric who prayed for him, and he seems to have a successful journey. And you can see there the cleric sat down and received them, gave them admonishing words, and also encouraged them and said, well, go on, do what you can. And Fela Durotoye shared the photos, and that's the latest from Fela Durotoye. So I move on to the next thing, which is about Professor Kingsley Moghalu. Like I shared with you in recent time, that Professor Kingsley Moghalu has moved on with his presidential aspiration after the thing that happened at the park, and then now he's doing something so fantastic. Like I told you, he was going to bounce back if he knew his games. So far, he's bouncing back again, and I can assure you that Professor Moghalu is doing well. So let me show you the latest thing he shared on Instagram. Professor Moghalu did the following. He said one of the things he shared is, as you can see on the screen, he said, ultimately this campaign is not just about me, it's about showing that a new kind of politics, one that puts the voters and their concerns at the center, can win elections in this country. And then he also went on to share other pictures, especially of a young woman and a baby holding a YPP flag, a small YPP flag. And then another thing he said, we must confront this thinking that nothing will change, that the results have already been decided. It is statements like, I like him, but I don't think he will win because of zoning, or because for him it's like wasting my vote. And then lastly, he shared this that I just posted, that you can see right now on your screen. Nigeria's poverty a ticking global time bomb. By the time, and I want to interpret that to say that by the time the poor people no longer have something to eat, they will begin to consider eating the rich. And then a short clip from my friend and my person, Falz the Bad Guy, and Leila. I've not met Leila, but I'm not strange to Falz as my person. The on the couch interview they had with Professor Kingsley Moghalu before I begin to take your comment, and then we'll continue to interact from there. Let's take this.
I just can't stand it. I'm tired of sitting on the fence. I'm tired of living a good life for myself while there's so much poverty around me. I'm tired of being a technocrat, sitting frustrated by...
The only reason I've not been talking about most of them in recent time is because they have not been putting up so much of activities for me to discuss, and I want to discuss on daily basis. So like I told one of them recently, who said, you're only talking about one person. I said, well, it's not because that's my interest, it is just that most of you are not putting activities up. I'm somebody that it's just like news retailers. I mean, newspaper has to produce every day. It is somebody that has activities every day that I will be talking about every day. The rest of you that are just sleeping and waiting for another 2 weeks to say, okay, you just wake up one morning and say, okay, I'm also a presidential candidate or aspirant. Let me do something today or tomorrow, and you start planning for another 2 weeks before it happens. It's going to be a whole lot of stress and hard work for you. It will not be easy for anybody to consider it seriously, and part of the reasons I'm here is to put most of these aspirants on their toes, to say you got to work like every day around the clock. Nigeria needs a president that is like 24 hours working, not somebody who will wake up, who will go to bed for 2 weeks and wake up one morning and say, oh, I'm the president of Nigeria, what should we do today again? No, that's exactly why. It's not as if I'm interested in any particular candidate, but let me be frank with you. Even in objectivity or objectivism, there's subjectivism. Subjectivism, not because you had pre-interest, but because in the course of it, you begin to identify, this one is doing well, this one is doing this, So it's not as if I deliberately want to eschew or avoid talking about other aspirants while I pick a particular one. No, it's because I want to come online daily and I want to see the latest about each aspirant. If there's nothing new about you, what should I say? So it's just, and I'm not trying to say that one person is better than the other, no. And I'm not also trying to say that the strategy of the person that is coming on every day is the best, no. Because the person that comes on every day also tends to have controversies, except there's something new and acceptable to everybody. What therefore says that even if you come up only once in 2 weeks, that you're going to have something that will please everybody. It doesn't matter. As far as you are real, you are raw, you are genuine, you're going to have something new to talk about every day. As far as there are so many problems confronting the country, and you're already telling people how you intend to solve them, identifying them and tackling them even before you become president. So those are the things we are discussing on Objective Media each time I come on live show every night like this. So everybody, you're welcome. Can we therefore begin to take these comments, everybody? I can see a lot of people already online. As I speak right now, 138 people live. Okay, so let's take this. I became my person, I trust you. Even if I come online 2 a.m. once you see the notification, Objective Media is live, Segun Olawoye is live, you come. I love you so much. I love you, everybody, and I want to appreciate all of you. Temitope, Ogbe Blessing, including those that are saying, "Oh, we have to see this show come on." Those that have not seen me online and are calling and say, "You didn't come online. What happened?" I love you all. It goes to show that in blood, in spirit, in truism, we have one connection, and that we have to keep doing what we're doing. I love all of you. Let me start taking the comments. We have to interact as quickly as possible, and then we go to bed. I know a whole lot of you have other things to do, like I also have other things to do. Abeke, thank you so much. I'm here. Ayotunde Salami, Segun, Ayotunde. Hello people, everybody, you're welcome. How are you today? Ayotunde Salami, I'm good. Suleiman Olabanji, hello bro, welcome. Thank you so much. It's not my fault that we started late. Like I explained earlier in the show, it's not planned that I'll come up late, and I'm so sorry. I hope that by the time I complete or finish my fixing my system, we should no longer come up late, or we should no longer even have issues not to come on anytime. Oladimeji find the Segun, I've been wanting to talk to you about this guy. Stand with Shore, but I love this guy. If you can join the EC, which guy? Okay, you're talking about me. Okay, Issa Mairife, can you put your phone number in the description page, please? All right. I think I did earlier. I'll do again. Full Gospel Comrade Elvis Osa Zenwinde. Welcome, my brother. Thank you so much. Peter Adewi, we appreciate your effort to update the public. More grace to you. Thank you so much. Ayotunde Salami, you're late, so don't run away early. Let's try and see if this network permits me to do so. Good to see you, Segun Moses Abe. Thank you so much. I believe you understand your situation. Don't worry, God is your strength. Thank you. Rennie Haben, you look sleepy. It's okay to shorten the show so you can have some sleep. Well, let's see how it goes. Ayotunde Salami, your account details, please. So it's in the video description, actually. If you don't mind, it's in the video description. Temitope, I came late. What am I missing, Segun? I just came online too, so there's no much of missed. Edward. Hello, Segun. Hello, Edward. Rennie Haben. How can he change the system from outside? I don't understand. Okay, you mean Adamu Garba? Well, he's simply trying to say that he wants to take the existing structure, while others are saying that the existing structure will not permit them to do anything, that they have to go and create a new one and disrupt the existing one. So different people, different strategies, right? Ayatsu Bala say yes. Peter Dewi, we have space for you. Take it back. Space of what? Rennie Aben say let Adamu join AAC. Well, I'm sure he's watching, because like I spoke with I had a chat with this media person today, and he said they will be watching live to see whether there's anything they could contribute from because Adamu Garba was traveling already tonight. That's all the time we started the show, according to his media person. Agbola, my person, he said please talk about Kenya resignation. Okay, let me do that tomorrow, because tonight, you see, should I say something about it, at least in passing? You see, as of this time that I came online, I was busy trying to fix all the things I needed to work on the system before I came online, so I didn't really have time to confirm the information. But those people I saw sharing the information on Twitter and Facebook could not have been lying. But another thing I learned from somebody is that they were trying to use it to distract us. Of course, as of a week or so ago, they already, from information that I have from Grapevine, they already told Adeosun to quit a post for political reasons. But I'm also aware that there are other juicy things waiting for her why she quit that one. All right, and then but the main reason they asked her to quit was to distract attention of the public from the new DSS appointments. That's another thing I learned from sources. But it's okay, let's move on. Eddie Lott, I want to suggest that Adamu Garba to work with Showore. Well, he's watching and he has right to decide what he wants to do. Also, don't forget. Ibokwambola said, please talk about Kenya resignation. I think I just mentioned that in passing. Taufik Olajide said, tell him to join ANRP, Abana Nigeria Renewal Party. I'm sure he's watching now and he can decide what he wants to do next, because APC, as far as the update is concerned, is not working for him. It's not working for him, and he has to decide what he wants to do next. Okay, you're welcome to our party. Well, I'm not a party member yet. Rennie Aben said, let Adamu join AAC. Okay, I want to. Okay, I think I read this already before. I read your own already. Rhoda Root say, you're welcome to our party. That prodigy say, bro, try to do something about this hairstyle. You look like those guys selling pure water for go slow. No offense. Oh, okay, thank you so much. It's also right to suggest whatever is. I'll look into the mirror and decide what the hair looks like. I've not brushed it in a long time. I just decided to say, okay, let me put. Some people said I can use foam to dress it. So I just decided, okay, let me dress it, and that's why you see what you're seeing right now. And it doesn't matter if I identify with the people who are selling pure water in the traffic. It goes to show the situation of the country. If those people you see in the traffic having this type of my hairstyle have money, you will not call them. You will not say I look like. You say I look good, right? If I'm looking like somebody who has money, you say I look good, right? So it's just a matter. It's a question of classification or class categorization, or economic categorization or classification of people. All right. Arinze say, if you know, you know. We already know who go win. Olowu. Ibukun Agbola said that prodigy, why will you tell him what to do as an adult? Well, you can suggest to me actually, Ibukun, my person. People can suggest. I'm open. I'm an open person. I'm very democratic. I'm an open person. Let people suggest to me what they feel. They can suggest to me, and it's fine. I'll weigh it and decide. Okay, this one is cool. This one is right. So let's not take it harshly on one another. Ola Omo Nuruddin said, come and join AAC so that we can take it back together. Adamu Garba, I'm sure he's watching, or his person is watching, to tell him what people are saying. Taiwo Adeyika said the young candidates should come together and make a candidate to defeat the bad guys. Well, I think at this point we might have to let other candidates, we might have to impress it on other candidates who do not have their own structures in place and who are facing or going through difficult situations in the parties they decided to join, to come and join either of ANRP or all these parties created by young new generation aspirants and work with them. If you're not comfortable with what is happening in the structure you planned or intended to take and change, you may decide to join. Of course, it's open to decide to join any of the new parties that is created by all this new generation young aspirants, and it will work for you, I'm sure. You know, since the idea is the same, you might want to work together. See, if joining existing structure and planning to take them over is not working, of course, there's nothing bad with joining the new ones created by young new generation aspirants. Okay, good to be part of this gathering. Thank you. You're welcome, Ugu Peter Damian. Ayotunde Salami, you're welcome. Yeah, Beji say Taiwo Adeyika spot on. They need to check their ego at the door and work together, get the ancestors. Right. I think I skipped. I'm sorry. Hello, Segun. Please software. Please, please software are you using for your YouTube live? It's the same YouTube software, man. I mean, it's just that I had to do a lot of work around it to get to be able to do some lace in, lace out, and I've not even got it perfectly yet. So I'm just still working hard. Yeah, BG. Sheyi Omotunde, that's to answer you. Suleiman Olabanji says, well, you're welcome. Suleiman Augustine Aigbe says, you're doing a great job watching from Italy. Thank you so much. Oluroti Miadepiton say, we Nigerians are sick and tired political leaders who want it just for themselves. We need somebody who truly loves Nigeria and is ready to die for her. For Nigeria, you mean? Ayotunde Salami says, seen and noted your account details. Thank you so much. Freddy World Entertainment says, Segun, AAC is going to give APC good fight. The only reason we can't win this election will be these two people, Kingsley and Fela. Without be told they can't face these people as Sharia will do. Well, that's why I said for now I don't want to support any candidate until after primaries. We will know how many of them are remaining or how many of them is still left and standing strong to be able to determine who is going to be what and who is still in the race and who is going to do what and what they decided or what they agreed to work together at the end of the day. Politics is funny. If you decide too early, you might be in trouble. I mean, not for people that want to support people, but for people who want to, decide. I mean, who want to read updates to public. It's so funny that you cannot decide at once that you want to be here or here. If you want to be objective, you have to look at all the sides, all the angles. You don't just rush into one and decide this is it all. No, it doesn't work like that. Politics is so funny, if you know what I'm talking about. All right, so I want to wait until after primaries to see who is remaining, who is still standing. If I decide for somebody who will be defeated at the primary at the end of the day, then what's the point? If I decided, for instance, I talked about Adamu Garba today, it turned out that Adamu Garba is no longer picking the form of his party because he felt that the price for the nomination form is even way too high. That is even prior to primary. If I decided to be following Adamu Garba up and down alone, what do you think would have happened by now? what would I feel like? What would I be telling you now? So that's exactly why I said maybe after the primaries and when everything is, when we see the streets caught, and we'll be able to say, okay, this is it, this is it, this is it, this is that, this is that. But until then, it's still too early. Everybody has got to still do their own individual hard work. All right. Prince say, well done, bro. I desire to see a new Nigeria where 1 naira equals $350 in the next 2 years. I don't understand. Is that a new Nigeria? Is it not already? Is that not the current Nigeria? Prince Adeni Ni Olalemi said Adamu Garba is not consistent. On 11 September, he said he will consider joining other young aspirants. On 13 September, he said he stays with APC as they have the same ideology. Well, Nobleman said Adamu should join AAC. I love him. He has a great ideal too, but he need a hard to rock like Showore to boost his beautiful dream for Nigeria. Ni Yolale me say if Adamu is sincere, I want to believe he is. He should run with Omoyele Showore. Gerald Odiaba, why is he not fielding candidate for Osun State governorship election? You should ask Showore. I'm not a member of AAC. Ibukwan Gola, you're a good man. Thank you for your wisdom in answering the hairstyle comment. Reni Aben Segun, make sure whenever reading contributions, replace my sender name, which begins with Re and EB with short form of Reni Haben. Reeb. I should replace your name with Re and EB with short form of Reeb. Okay, so I should start calling you Reeb. Reeb. Okay, I'll take notes. Prince. Okay, let me move on. Prince Abby say, keep up doing the good work, Segun. You are an eye opener. Thank you so much, everybody. Let me move on to the next comments. Tell Adamu to join AAC. Okay, it's listening, I'm sure. Lawrence Jude say, I think you will be more handsome if you leave your hairstyle in its natural state, irrespective of class. Good job, continue. Okay, I'll consider your opinion, your suggestion. Thank you so much, Lawrence. Oguntoyi Edward say, loving your platform. Thank you so much. Forget my hairstyle, forget my hairdo. I'm just trying to look ras a bit. It's about what we have to discuss together, right? So the hairstyle or no hairstyle, well, you can suggest to me. It's fine. I'm an open person, but let it not be about what I look like, right? Because if it's about what I look like, we'll be making a lot of mistakes in this country. It's one of the reasons that this country has not moved forward. If you hate people because of what they look like, it will not help the country. But if you hate them or if you criticize them based on what they're not doing right, we will be helping the country. Or if you suggest to them based on what they're not doing right or what they should do, it will help the country. That's what my idea is. Kelly say, sure, okay. Emi say, Money watching, great job. We knew smart young guy. Okay, Lucky Ogbemudia say, can I have Showore number, please? Showore doesn't have a number per se because he's always in one country to the other. So, but I know he has email addresses, which he has 2 email addresses that I know but which recently he has not been reading recently. Reason being that he is always burst up every minute, every second, per second billion of messages coming into him. So he hardly reads messages these days. But if you are friends with him on Facebook and always buzz him up, he reads messages on his Facebook. Most of us reach him on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. I think his Twitter account is the Instagram is Yele Show, Yele SHO, Yele Show. The Twitter is Yele Showore. The Showore in Twitter has no H, Yele SOWORE. Then the Facebook account, just search for Moele Showore, and there are so many accounts now being duplicated by people. Be careful, because the one that is actually genuine is the one with the Facebook verification badge. That's green sign, that green symbol to show that he's verified. That is the one that belongs to him. You can message him inbox. He replies when he's less busy. It takes time to check messages. He knows that thousands of people want to reach him every minute. So that is what I've learned about that guy so far. Okay, later that part, join in with Showore. Okay, thank you, Kelly Ekato. That's your comment. Anyone that said because the party was registered late, that's why there isn't candidate for Osun elections. Okay, thank you for your eye-opening reaction or response to somebody that asked whether Showore's party is not fielding candidate for Osun election. But I'm aware that ANRP, Abundant Nigeria Renewal Party of Tope Faso, are fielded candidate for the Ekiti election. In terms of the person was Engineer Tunde something, I've forgotten his full names now, in the last Ekiti election, and that but I don't know. I'll check with him later after this show to know if they have candidate for Osun. And don't forget, ANRP of Tope Faso came before Showore even dreamt of registering his own AAC. All right, and like you know, I'm not for anybody yet. I'm just talking about these people that I believe that their hard works are worth talking about. These new visionary young persons whose works are worth talking about. Tope Faso is actually one of them. For him to have even thought of, I don't want to join any existing structure. I want to go through the labor, the stress, the pain of creating a new one to accommodate and harmonize young people in the country. It is very thoughtful of him, and I appreciate him. Tope Faso, if you're watching, kudos to you. I appreciate you a lot. And Showore too, for thinking, oh, I don't want to join any existing party. They are going to railroad me into something that I don't want to do, which will not be representative of new generation idea. I appreciate you, Showore, and thank you for creating AAC. If you're also there, I don't know if it is already okay. I think it's already close to register a new. It will be too late to register a new party now. But if you're already a member of any existing party like Durotoye, who believes that there are already existing parties that he could decide to go and join, that represents the new idea is coming out to work for. It's also welcome idea and it's a very good one. Durotoye, however, joined a new party, and one of the disadvantages which surfaced in Durotoye's case was that after joining the party, then turned out that they wanted to railroad him. You know, he boycotted the party congress, for instance, because they said somebody suddenly came, hijacked the party, and Durotoye was made to, until the pact update which favored Durotoye came up. Durotoye almost lost, presence in the party, the Alliance for New Nigeria, which is not good, and that's why I think some other persons decided to go and form their own new parties. All right, let's move on. Rani Reeb has asked me to call you. Sorry, that thing skipped. Let me find it again. Okay. Okay, I just read it. Okay, you're a good man. Thank you for your wisdom in answering. Okay, thank you, Ibukun. I think I read this already. Let me skip. Somebody said, Showore. Okay, let me read somebody who was also responding for me on the Osun election candidates for new parties. Anyone that say, because the party was registered late, that's why there isn't any candidate. Okay, Freddie, my person, Freddie Worldwide says, Showore is ready to die for Nigeria. My prayer is for God to give him more strength to know what Nigeria wants. He know how to move Nigeria forward. Okay, all right. Let me move on now. Somebody said I missed their comment and they are going to. Arinze, I'm so sorry. Trying to skip or trying to scroll. I think my finger is not yet perfect with scrolling without missing or without skipping. I'm so sorry. It's not deliberate if I skipped your comment. Please bring it back so that I can. If you feel I missed your comment, please read it again. Except if the only reason I can decide to not read a particular comment deliberately, and I'll tell you, and it's not new, is that if you are trying to railroad me into any political party, I will not. I'm still being open right now, so don't railroad me into your comment about any particular party or person. I'm talking about general young new aspirants bringing new ideas into the polity. All right. So Arinze, if you feel like me, is a comment and it's not particularly about trying to reroute me into announcing or advertising a party or person, please bring the comment back. I'll read it again. All right. Akinyemi Akimboide, anyone wants Nigeria to be free from godfatherism will definitely work for sure. You see what I'm talking about now. Somebody's trying to make me advertise a candidate, which I don't want to do. All right. Rennie say, Segun, I mean, I sent you money, but don't want my full name announced, which begins with RE for first name and EB for last name. Instead, replace it on your list of senders with Rennie Abin, my YouTube name. You mean if I want to do that tomorrow? Actually, I want to list, because some people promised money I have not received yet, so I plan that tomorrow. So far the money I've received, somebody sent me money today, and it's so impressive that assisted me in getting in being able to pay part of the loan I secured to get this new system. I don't know if you want me to mention his name. I'll ask him tomorrow on WhatsApp when we have a chat again. I've not finished paying the loan I secured to get my new system, because it's much more expensive than the one I was using before. I secured loan I've not finished paying, but somebody sent me money today that really assisted in covering, so that the person that was supposed to be on my neck did not really get on my neck. But so it felt like, oh, this guy is credit worthy. He promised a week or two, and within the first day he had already paid this large chunk. So it felt like, wow, because I bought the system for 300,000 naira, upgraded the SSD, that is the solid state drive, from 128 gig to about to 256, or what do they call that gig now. I intended buying 512 gig or 1 terabyte, but I didn't have enough money to buy the solid state drive for that, because I learned that solid state drive is much more expensive than the HDD hard disk drive. So and the system I bought uses only SSD. So to buy the 218 or something 256 SSD, I had to still loan money to upgrade the hard drive, so that I don't want to run crash when the system is doing so much of heavy work. So I appreciate you. I don't know if you want me to mention my name, Tokwe, but let's chat tomorrow and I'll decide that. The rest of you that are promising, please, I'll appreciate it if you do. But let's move on. That's not the main reason we are having this show. It's not about donation. It's just that going forward, if you feel like assisting to support, I will appreciate it. But let me repeat the warning I had earlier, or the caveat is that if you think your donation is to support a particular candidate, send the money directly to that candidate, because they need the money more for campaign. I'm only requesting for little money to be able to run my shows here and there, to be able to go into the grassroots, ask people their opinion, to be able to take crews here and there, crew members here and there, to go and find out how campaign of individual of these young presidential aspirants are reaching the grassroots. So I'm not doing campaign, and so I don't need you to send me 10 million naira or 20 million naira like you are sending to other candidates. Just send me little fee. Like if you have 1 million that you are not using, I will appreciate it. Send it. I'll appreciate it. But the caveat again is, if the money you want to send is to support the candidate, I am not the person you should send the money to. That candidate needs that money more, because they need to do more work, all right, for campaigns, because they will also have to incur much more expenses, all right. Having said that, I love you all. Pastor Alfred said, I like Chidi. Oh man, that's keep the game. It's not deliberate. Okay, Pastor Alfred, I'm looking for your comment again. Okay, I think this is it. I would like Chike Ukwago to join part with Shore, I think. I'm not sure I met that person before, Chike. I'm not sure. Anyone want Nigeria to be free from Godfather? Okay, I think I read this already. Let me move on to the next. Ibukwan Bola, my person, say YPP has a candidate for the Osun State election, and that is impressive. If that is true, I'll find out from Professor Moghalu tomorrow. Thank you for this information, Ibukun. I've not been online to check, and I've not been following Professor Moghalu in the past 24 hours or so. But I'll check, I promise, by tomorrow. I should bring you update. But thank you for that information. If YPP is fielding a candidate for Osun election, it is important that we find out the outcome, so that we'll use it as also something that we can begin to suggest and how to improve upon for subsequent elections. Pastor Fresh, I've listened to Chika Okegwu and I think he has something okay. I'll find out. Educate me more about who this person is and let me know what he's up to. I hope he's not part of, because my show is not to discuss old candidates who are just recycling themselves. We want new young persons, because we cannot be left behind. When other countries of the world are moving on with new persons and doing something better, we cannot be left behind. That's the idea. Okay, next election result will be shocking. Okay, Oguntonibo, thank you so much. Edward say all cabal lied to us that is youth that buy their candidate form. Okay, all cabal lies to us that it is youth that buy their candidate form. They didn't complain that the form is too expensive because they are going there for self-interest. Lucky say Segun, it's time you join AAC. Mama Ru, I'll think about it. Manny, let me say I love the way you handle issues watching from Italy. You are good in your job. Your haircut is cool. Big up. Really? Thank you, Manny. Thank you. I'm not gay in case you are male. Kelvin Olukogu say this is my first time here. I'm a member of AAC. Okay, you're welcome. Temitokwe say, can we talk about what Tinubu said when he went to Osun State? That matter. Let's be real. Let's be frank. That thing with Tinubu talk. Even if there was no video evidence for it, we already knew it before even the video surfaced. Right? We already knew that Tinubu and. See, like I told somebody earlier today, was like who was trying to give me impression or trying to impress me that one oppressor is better than the other. I said, come, the only way Nigeria can be free is if Lagos is free. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Lagos is not free. No, Lagos is under the cabal, a particular cabal that is also trying to buy other southwestern states and also trying to buy and thought it had bought the national government too, and then wanted to. They are trying to do a whole lot of things, but you know, as far as it is not in the interest of the masses are suffering for whatever they are doing. It is not good. And if Lagos can be free, Nigeria will be free too. I'm saying it. So that comment by Tinubu in that video, that because I will not say credited to Tinubu because we saw the video, and even before anybody says it, we already knew what is in Tinubu's mind, right? You know, so Lagos needs to be free for Nigeria to be free. You have to get it. Edward say no more PDP or APC party. Okay. Let me move on to the next. Suleiman say, Segun, please ask Kingsley Moghalu on my behalf. What did he do for Nigerians when he was Deputy Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria? I'll try and bring Kingsley Moghalu, Professor Kingsley Moghalu, on this show so that we can, you know, I'll not be the one to ask him questions. I'm sure he will be willing to answer all of you. All right. Kingsley Moghalu is also a cool person so far. Apart from after Showore and Fasua, Moghalu is the next person that I feel is responsive so far, even though he too tries to manage information. You know, he's another person that is responsive, you know, and you have to give it to him. Okay. Sorry, I don't want this to skip. Okay, Femi Mario say, I just pray that Nigerians should give Showore a chance. Okay, thank you. Mickey B say, please check my message earlier about how we can enlarge the audience. Oh, I think I missed that. You can repeat it, please, because going back will make me miss track somehow. All right, Mickey, please bring it back. You can type it again if you can, please, or copy it and resend. Arinze Electrical say, guy, you funny. 10 million, you're not using. 10 million you are not using. It's all right. But I'm aware that you people give money. See, I have many friends who are in the comedy industry, Kenny Black and the rest of them. I'm aware how people give them money to go, and somebody will just pay for a hotel, say boom, you know, go and take a hotel for your next show. Somebody will pay for, you know, lighting, somebody will pay for media, somebody will pay for other decoration, somebody will pay, and somebody will not give him additional money, and then you will now still sell table and ticket and all that. So if I say 10 million you are not using, I'm not asking for too much now. We are talking about the country can be good. Is it not different? Is it not even better than entertainment? Am I not entertaining you? Or is it because I'm not in a hotel? Alright, so if you have money you are not using for seriously, you can't see. The Bible says money, in Yoruba they will say owo ni keke irere. Alright, money is the, what's the English translation here? Money is the will to propel the gospel, alright? So you have to use your money to propel what you believe in. If there's no money or resource to push what idea you have, you just be wasting your time. The idea will just be burning inside of you alone, and you are not able to kindle the next person's candle. You need resources, alright? It's not easy. You think I just want to sit down all day and be analyzing. I want to do more, but it's because I'm limited by resources. That's why I'm not able to do so much. So if you feel like you have 10 million naira you are not using, you just feel like something like this should happen in this country, and I feel this guy can do much more than he's doing. Send the money. Send it. Put your money where your mouth is. Alright, that's what I'm saying. Alright, Arinze, that's my response to you. Double Mind from Chicago said, I want Adamu to join APC. Well, he's watching, I hope. Atara say, which party are you supporting? I'm not supporting any party as I speak with you right now, in all honesty. Chijioke Agbo, I want to suggest PMB should reshuffle his cabinet or northern cabinet, because that is his plan, even though he claims to deny it, because his action speaks louder than his words. He belongs to nobody, he belongs to everybody and belongs to nobody. Well, we are beginning to know how true that statement is. That is not my real voice, so that's not my real voice. Tunde Akinjojo, if anybody saw your program yesterday, they will know you are out of your mind now to be supporting Shore for not prostrating to Oni. Your corruption no go be here if you enter government. Okay, let me read that again so I can get what you're saying, Tunde. If anybody saw your program yesterday, they will know you are out of your mind. They will know you are out of your mind now to be supporting. So why? So where you meant to write for not prostrating to Oni. I didn't support Shore for not supporting Oni. I only said the yardstick people are using to judge him for not prostrating to Oni is wrong. Because in fact, what you also said now is also wrong. You know why it is wrong? Shore prostrated. What was he busy doing? My question to you is, what was he busy doing when the tear gas went out? He did not only prostrate to Oni, he also prostrated and greeted. Not only him, he brought out all his team members to prostrate. He prostrated to Oni, prostrated to the chiefs. He was going to the right when the tear gas came out. So he was going to prostrate for the 4 cardinal points, throughout the 4 cardinal points of the palace before the tear gas went out. So it is also not objective of you to have said he didn't prostrate. He did actually. The only thing he did was to begin by protesting that he was delayed for 3 hours. That's the only thing he did. Was that, if that is what you think is wrong, well, we all need to, it's a matter of public discourse, right? Ibukun Abola say, both YPP and ANRP are in Osun election. Please check channel CV pinned message. They requested we suggest questions for the debate. That's where I saw the parties. Okay, ANRP, I'll ask Faswa if I can bring him even on tomorrow. If I can't get Moghalu tomorrow, or I want to work on Moghalu specifically tomorrow, or if Adamu Garba is already settled from I understand he's on a journey. If he's settled by tomorrow, I should have him. And don't forget, we're also planning to bring Joe Ibokwe. I'll get all of them. I'll speak with all of them tomorrow. Whoever is available for tomorrow, we'll bring them on. Pastor Alfred said, I love your analysis, not too political with siding any party. I'm not advertising anyone, but I think Chike Okaibu is at the age of 35 who had declared his intention for president. And I think, what party is Chike in? Let us know, please. I would love to also know. Freddie Worldwide say, Segun, please Segun, don't call any celebrity name here. All this Kenny Black etc. They are not helping issues here. Well, I only made reference to them based on the 10 million naira comment somebody made earlier. That if I said if they have 10 million naira, they are not using. I said, well, I am aware that people give as much as even 20 million to entertainment. That's what I mean. I'm not trying to say, all right, okay. Arinze Electrical say you don't. They put your pastoral know-how into play. At the field, Jare, don't worry. I will send 2 million euros. Crazy. Oh yeah, send them now. Nah. The account number they inside. the account number they inside the video description. All right. Pastoral. So that means this person has been following me for a long time. That I said I was an assistant pastor in Redeem at age 19. Okay. Don't worry. One day I'll tell you that story. Yeah. I go tell you that story how I left church and decided that, oh boy, these people just anyway, shall move on. Arinze, thank you. I did expect that 2 million, and I'm not joking. I did expect that 2 million. If you need my domiciliary account, my dollar account, I will send them to you. No joking, no. We need money to work. Oh. And I remember somebody called me to say he wanted to pay for Unilag Hall if you wanted to truly organize the presidential debate among this new generation aspirants. But one of the reasons I didn't really follow up with that person is because I went to Unilag and they told me that students are going to be in exams mode between now and December and I think next month when they are going to round off exams and go on vacation. So they advised me at Unilag that except I want to bring attendance or participants from outside, that the participants also matter. And the main reason we want to do it in the university environment is that we want students to largely be the participants. So if we don't have students participating, what's the point? Because they are going to be writing exams. We want to bring all outside. If it has to be outsiders, why should it be on campus? Therefore, it can be anywhere which will be less expensive. So if you want to use the universities because we want students to be largely participating in it. So that's why I didn't follow up with that person who said he wanted to pay for the hall. And I said, okay, can you hold on? Once students resume, then we can go on into that fully. So that we'll be sure that we have students participating largely in this program and not just some random people from that we mobilize by ourselves. No, we want students to be able to decide for themselves that, oh, this person answered my question correctly, I'm convinced for this person or this and that. It's going to be I'm not going to be asking questions that day because like one of the aspirants told me that I'm more like an interrogator, not an interviewer. That I interrogate, I don't interview well. So I'm not going to be asking questions. We are going to let students do it. We'll bring cameras. It will be live on screen. It will also be live on social media. And students will be asking their questions. We are not going to influence anything. We are just going to, like facilitate the platform for all aspirants to come together and impress students. Students will engage them based on the speeches they all make. Okay, so we'll get to that stage. If you want to pay money into this, it is something that is worth it. That's what I'm simply saying. But I'm not desperate. I'm not saying give me the money. I'm saying that we need money to do some works. All right. If I said an upcoming comedian, I want to have my show in a cool hotel, give me 5 million naira, some of you will donate now. But when it comes to serious issues like this, people feel reluctant. But I don't want to impress. I don't want to bother people. I don't want to pressure people into doing it because it's not important. What is important is that your mind. But hey. Can you hear me, everybody? Okay, I think let's manage this. That means the battery in my audio, audio gadget has exhausted. I need to buy another one tomorrow. I buy battery like 1,000 naira every day if I want to last long on the show. Alright, that is Duracell. Duracell is very expensive. It's 950, 900 in some places. That's approximately 1,000 naira. So I'm sorry if you don't hear my words clearly as before. It's because the battery has gone down, and I have to buy another one tomorrow to continue this work. Let's continue. Okay, VCN Media. Wow, Segun, your departure from the church, the plenty fraudster churches, remains the greatest liberation from brainwashing, deception, and hypnotism you ever had. Well, let's see. Mario, thank you so much. I have restored the audio. Thank you so much. Please ring Segun. Yes, we can hear you now. Thank you so much. I also detected on time that my audio is no longer buzzing because I have to use my earpiece to find. So tomorrow I'll buy another. I buy this thing like every day. If I want to last long on the show, I have to buy a new set of batteries every day. 1,000 naira. So that's why when I say support this mission, most of you will be thinking I want to. Do you have? I'm just talking about audio battery. I'm not even talking about data yet. I buy data like every week, 20,000 and 19,800 is a subscription fee, and it exhausts in a matter of 1 week. So at the end of the month, I would have bought data like 3 or 4 times. That's 60 to 80,000 every month. So when we say support us, most of you do not understand, but I hope that you will. Okay, why don't you use power bank for your audio battery? If I use power bank for this one and I put the bulb in my pocket, and you also use it for the one on the camera, okay, you're making point, right? I'll try that out tomorrow. I'll demonstrate it before coming online tomorrow. I'll try it out, okay? I thought of it as well, but I understand that it might not also last except with charging it live, because it's not that cheap to do. Because how do I? Okay, I can use something to strap it together. Okay, that battery problem might be solved with that idea. All right, other hand say yes. All right, everybody, I want to thank you. It's just this is about 12:30 p.m. a.m. 12:30 a.m. Nigerian time. All my neighbors are asleep. I don't know if my voice is disturbing people as my neighbors are sleeping. Okay, somebody said, Emmanuel Olaya said, read my earlier message on how to support your show. My account details is already in the description of this video. In the description of this video, my account is there if you want to support. Thank you so much. You can buy rechargeable battery. I did that before. By the time you recharge it up to 3, 4, 5 times, I don't know whether you have better ones in the country you are residing in, but recently we've been buying batteries rechargeable. By the time you charge 3, 4 times, they're no longer charging. And then even though they charge full, if you put them, after about 15-20 minutes they are out, and you charge them again, it will take long to charge. Put them in again, they don't take up to 30 minutes, they are out. So that's why I got tired of rechargeable AA type batteries. Alright everybody, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming online with me tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I want to support your show by creating a win-win situation around 2019 Nigeria election. Emmanuel Olaya. If your condition is too narrow for me, I may not take it. I'm sorry. Let me know what your condition is. If it is something that will narrow me into something I don't want to do, I'll not do it. But thank you for that gesture all the same. I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, when we have some new topics to discuss. I appreciate you for joining me tonight. It's been wonderful having you people. You're a very good and great family. Thank you so much, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you all. Nigeria 2019, I hope and I pray, will mark a new time, a new departure, a new country for the country. I did tell you animation, you say you can go for rechargeable batteries like those for no. My camera has no battery problem because my camera is directly plugged to electricity to my inverter, so that one has no challenge. But it's my lapel, my audio battery, if you can say it, my audio battery. You know, my audio has transmitter and receiver. The transmitter uses battery, the receiver on the camera also uses battery. That is the battery I'm talking about. It has gone out, that's why I had to rely on the internal mic of the camera, which is not as clear as if I use the lapel. Alright, thank you all for your consents. Tomorrow, let's not talk technical issues too much. Tomorrow I'll catch you again and then we continue what we gotta do. Thank you so much, everybody. Peace out. My name is Segun Olo. The account number is there for those of you asking. Account to support. I love you all, family. God bless Nigeria. Nigeria will be great again. God bless you all as citizens of this country. May you be proud of being Nigerians from 2019 onwards. My name is Segun Olo once again, and this is Objective Media. Don't forget to share this video. Tell people about this channel. It's Object TV, OBJECTV Media, short form for Objective, and it's on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. Hit also the notification bell. That is the bell icon, the notification icon, so that anytime you come online, you're going to see alerts, credit alerts that we have started. We are also on other social media platforms. We're on Instagram, the same name, Objective Media. We are also on Twitter, the same name, Objective Media. We're also on Facebook, Objective Media. And from tomorrow, we hope to start also streaming simultaneously on Facebook. Alright, for those of you who love to stay on the Facebook platform. Thank you so much once again. I appreciate you all for coming online tonight. God bless you all.